Ow. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing fantastic as always. I'm doing, great. Today is a very special day. Today is International Pageant Day. You're probably wondering, Emily, why does this matter to you? A lot of people don't know. Well, like a couple of people know. I don't know, maybe people, I don't know. 2 years ago, I competed in my first ever pageant. It was something that I'm really grateful for. Pageantry will kind of shine very negative light onto it, and it doesn't deserve that. And so I wanted to make this to kind of clear up any assumptions that you may have about pageantry, because I know I had them too much. I'm just going to talk about my experience with pageantry, how I got into doing it, how it happened. And while I do that, I'm going to get ready for absolutely no reason. Oh yeah, this is going great. So let's just hop right into it. I'll set the scene for you. Grade 10 me was very shy. I had, I think, maybe a handful of friends, very much kept to myself. And it wasn't like I was bullied or anything. It was just like my personality. That was just the way I was. I had a very hard time making friends because I just felt so awkward going up to people and being like, hi, do you want to be my friend? Like out of nowhere. Also, in grade 10, I was diagnosed with anxiety. That kind of contributed to the fact that I was even more uncomfortable around people. November of 2018, me and my team, my dance team, went to a dance convention called TNT, and it was a brand new convention. We decided to go because it looked like fun, and any excuse to dance I will take. And if you don't know, usually at like conventions and stuff, they will give out like scholarships to like the next convention that they have, or like they'll give out scholarships to like certain things or whatever. This really lovely, amazing lady, her name is Cheryl. She was at this convention and she was sitting in the back and she was watching the class. And at the end, she gave out, I think, 5 scholarships to her pageant. Long story short, I received one of those scholarships. So I brought it home to my mom. I was super excited because I don't really win those things. I also had strep throat during all this. So if you like dancing when you're sick, it's not a good mix. I won it and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna use this. Like, I'm honored that she chose me as along with all these other girls, but like, what are the chances I'm gonna do a pageant, right? It was never something I considered. It was never something I thought about. The idea of going away for a weekend by myself was terrifying. Me and my mom say, you know what, let's do it. It's in Sudbury, which is like maybe 2 hours away from my house. What's gonna happen? What's the worst that could happen? I am so incredibly happy that I did. Oh, I need to wet my beauty blender. I'll be back. Pause. I'm back. I would also like to mention that nobody forced me to do this. It was a decision, like I said, that me and my mom came to together. And the reason we did was because, like I said, I was just starting out with my anxiety and I was looking for ways to kind of make it better. It wasn't just like a pageant. It wasn't just you go, you walk on stage in a dress, you do an interview, and that's it. Like, it was a whole weekend full of activities and things. The big reason why I wanted to go was because they had workshops that talked to us about different like issues that young women deal with. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. Pageants are so much work before you even go. For me, going there and getting there and doing the pageant was probably the least stressful part of the entire thing, because I was so stressed out that I was gonna forget to do something, that I was gonna forget to bring something, like a whole lot of work to prep for one, which I did not know about. That's kind of how I got into doing pageant. My first pageant, I didn't win anything, and I was totally okay with that. Ended up getting top 10 for talent. Was honestly like so proud of myself because, like I said, something I've never done before, and I wanted to try something new, and I made so many friends that I still talk to today, which I was not expecting. I still talk to Cheryl, the lady that was there. Like, I talk to everybody still, which is Again, something I'm not expecting at all. I like to say, and I will still say this forever, that going to that pageant made me who I am today, because I became more comfortable with myself. And I think that is something that I really needed. Even my mom said, like, when I dance, I never think, and I still don't really think of myself as like a quote-unquote good dancer. Like, I dance and it's fun and I love to do it, but I've never thought of myself as a good dancer. And sometimes, like, my mom would watch me on stage and, like, it would show. I just wasn't confident in myself. She said to me after I was done, "You looked so confident in yourself." My freaking blinds are waving in and out, but whatever. And I think that was something that I was missing. Hi, Mr. Garbage Truck. I'm busy. Oh, I never mentioned what pageant it was. The pageant that I went to was called Miss North Ontario. After each pageant that I do and that I continue to do, I feel like I've learned something that I'm going to use forever. Like, time management is a big one. We had so much stuff to do for Miss North. Like, time management was something that I struggled with a lot. And now, like, I can manage my time very well. Some people think, like, oh, get upset that you, like, spend all this money on pageants and, like, you don't win. Well, like, it can be disappointing, but, like, looking at the bigger picture, I've always been the person has always said, like, everything happens for a reason. If I'm not meant to win, like, I'm not meant to win. It was somebody else's time, and, like, my time will come if it's meant to happen. I'm gonna just, like, finish off this video. I just want to say pageants, like I've said, kind of made me who I am. I didn't realize that for a long time, and I'm happy that I'm realizing it now. So yeah, that's it. Happy International Pageant Day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. You're amazing. I love you so much. And if you ever want to talk about pageants, just DM me on Instagram. I really want to talk to people. So yeah, I love you. Have an amazing day. I still don't like doing outros, so I'm just gonna end the video. Okay, bye.
Just let me lose it interest. You won't find a better than you.